What is going on, guys? My name is Joey Franzo here with Flex Training Systems. And today, I'm going to be bringing you a bit of a different video. We're going to be talking about loyalty. And I'm going to try to just talk about the word in general and then how it can apply to coaching. And some things that you may or may not have known about coaching, or maybe you're just a regular person and you have a personal trainer, or you do anything in life that requires getting better, or having maybe like a car mechanic, or a doctor, or anything that requires that where you have to have a relationship with somebody else to help you get through something, to get better, to get by, whatever it is. Alright, so, and then for those of you who are wondering, this video was inspired by recent events, but, I'm not going to drop any names, I'm not going to give any specifics. I'm going to try to make this as informative and as productive. My intent is not to throw any shade, but rather to educate and perhaps enlighten, could be the word. But anyway, let's get right into it. So when I used to train people, I used to work at a generic commercial gym. I actually started out in a private gym over in Beverly Hills. I worked the front desk there. Then I started doing private training, where we trained people in the gym and then at their houses. And then I kind of went through, through whatever phases in life I was going through, and then I ended up working many jobs, and one of them was just training people at a brand new LA Fitness that's actually right down my house. And I had already been a trainer for a really long time, so it was nothing new to me, except the way that they did things there, where you could get like a ton of clients. Like, I would have days where I worked 10 hours, and I would see 20 people in those 10 hours because each session was 30 minutes. And my only break and my only time that I could eat would be, in between sessions. Maybe somebody doesn't show up. Maybe I take 5 minutes out of the last session and 5 minutes out of the first session to take 10 minutes or something like that. And it was very crazy. I made like okay money, but it was what I had to do at the time for what I was doing, and something that, like, I know this, and I learned this when I started to meet more intelligent coaches that kind of had been doing it before me, which I came up in a very fortunate time because there weren't too many generations of online coaches before me. Whereas right now, there are literally, like, everybody wants to try to be an online coach, and, like, clearly a lot of them are failing, and there's only like a couple, like a handful of them that are actually, coming up and succeeding. And I think we're gonna see kind of an interesting fallout soon here, just with the oversaturation. But that's for another video. I'm gonna be okay. I'm talking about those people that kind of just are doing it for a quick buck, or are not willing to put everything into it. But anyway, I meet these coaches, and we learn that the clients that have been with many different coaches or many different trainers, and then they come to you and they say things like, I'll never forget this one lady that I had. She came to me and she said to me, I've been with so many different trainers. Maybe they're just not a right fit for me. Maybe you can help me. And immediately, like, I know that's a red flag in the way that the commercial gym system worked. Like, you don't always have to go with the same trainer. There were people that would wait for me, meaning if they couldn't get me, they would wait. And then there were people that didn't care. They were just kind of doing it because they signed a contract and they had no choice but to, try to make their money, whatever. Or they're already going to get charged, so they might as well show up. And those were the people that I knew that they were going to be a problem. They didn't want to be there, and I knew that my relationship with them, it was not going to be, something that I didn't really care to invest in. Um, and I was right 100% of the time. Now there have been times where maybe they've come from one or two coaches, and then they get with me, and then we've been together for 3 years. It just depends, and I do think that there is a level of compatibility, where the even if you don't get along, like maybe you wouldn't hang out with this person, but from like a professional standpoint, you guys do really well together and you get a great result. That's fine. I have a couple people like that. They don't really talk to me that much. They pay me when it's time for the new block. They do their training and then they go on their way. And occasionally they'll have questions, but that's really it. And then you have those people that are very involved. They're sending you videos all the time. They're constantly, looking for feedback, and you're guiding them through the ups and downs of just the normal things that happen in training, and it's great. And the people that are, even if you're just sending videos and it's in front of me, and I'm seeing them all the time, I'm learning you, and it becomes like almost um, it's like in the back of my mind to the point, like I've seen the video enough to where even though I'm not memorizing every single lift or every single weight on the bar, I've seen you lift that weight so many damn times that I get your tendencies and I know how to help you. And this is where loyalty comes in. The longer that you stay with a coach that's competent, this is like the key thing. They have to know what they're doing. If they don't know what they're doing, you're going to find out quickly. Whether it's an injury you're going through, whether it's a plateau that you can't seem to get over, or maybe you're having trouble losing weight, or maybe your bench press isn't progressing as fast as you wanted to, and they can't explain that to you or tell you, hey, the bench is the lift that's toughest to get up. You're a small lifter, da da da, and they're not guiding you through those scenarios. Like, believe me, there's times when I think somebody should be making progress faster, and I'll make tweaks. Like, I've had lifters do one meet with me that we get a good result, and then I make those tweaks, and then oh my god, they kill it, and they kill it on the second meet. It just depends, and this is why, and like any. I really like 3DMJ, 3D Muscle Journey, because their coaches have been doing it for a very long time. I know they're not all necessarily dealing with powerlifters, but something they talk about is it's going to take time for the coach to figure out the lifter, but once they do, that's when things can really start rolling. But you have to understand the human body is always changing. Maybe you can handle X amount of workload without getting injured and progressing very well, but once you get to the top end of your like physiology given your frame, you might need to push a little bit harder. But then we can do things like desensitize you from stimulus while keeping some stimulus in to prevent you from just like losing strength. And then once we bring back in, like there have been times when I was squatting like infinity tons of volume per week and I was making progress. And there are times when I've literally squatted like 7 working sets per week and I've made just as good, if not better, results. And there's a way to make all this happen, but the way that you implement and you apply these things practically to each individual is going to be different. And it's not something that, like, there's like literally no way to know right off the bat. You can make an educated guess, but time, that commitment, that loyalty, spending the time with that coach, building a relationship with them, is definitely going to be your best. It's going to be in your best interest if you want to. If you're really passionate about whatever it is that you're doing, it can be coaching, your doctor. That is why just loyalty in like my real life outside of lifting. I fucking fought to keep my doctors. I fought to keep my general doctor because he knows me. He has everything, all the information on me. He literally could just look at me and be like, "Oh, it's Joey. What is it? Which?" He'll tell me like, "Do you need a blood test or which specialist do I need to send you to?" Because I either see him, to get referrals to go out somewhere, or I need to, they're gonna take my blood and check my natty test levels or something like that. And my orthopedic has all my information. He knows me. He knows like that I'm a lifter. I'm not just a regular person. I'm not a physical therapy type of guy. I'm not gonna benefit from holding a band and just doing like little flies with it and stuff like that. They know me, and I appreciate the relationship that I've built with them. I fucking wouldn't have done the Arnold in 2016, and I probably wouldn't even be competing anymore if it weren't for fixing my knee with my same doctor who is about to give me another injection on my hip because I believe in him and I trust him, and he's worked on me before. Um, I'm building a relationship with these people so that over time, whenever something comes up, you're like, oh, I got a guy for that. That's my dude. This is my guy. He knows me. This and that, and and that relationship that you build with that coach to help you get to whatever it is you want to do, it should improve with time. And to the I have some lifters right now, the guys that have been with me, the Lukes, the Seans, the John Hacks, the Tina, my girlfriend Tina. I could drop more names because a lot of I'm very fortunate to have a very tight group of people that it's been the same. There's a couple guys that rotate in and out, but there's the same people that I'm just investing in, and it's a very good feeling to invest in the same people and see them grow and get better. Um, I lost my train of thought, but it's when you're building that loyalty, you can invest in those same people and help push them, and you're gonna learn them better. And the only way to get there is to put in the time and to build that relationship. Um, Now, obviously, if you've been with the coach for a very long time, you don't think they're helping you, or you have other things going on in your life that are inhibiting you from progressing, and you need to slow down, handle your shit, and then start back up or do whatever. That's fine, but again, a competent coach, the longer you are with them, the more effective their training is going to be. I remember what I was gonna say. Tim Thibodeau, you guys know Tim, right? He just competed. He had a 60-something kilo meet PR. I've been working with him for, I think we're almost 10 months now. He paid for an entire year in full, which I was very thankful of because it showed me that we did one prep. It was actually only a month, 4 weeks of training. That I was so I did good, and he wanted to stay with me for the next year, and I knew okay. Now I'm rubbing my hands together all right, now that I have this guy for a year, I'm gonna set up the yearly plan. We're gonna keep him healthy. We're gonna put him in a position to succeed. And unless I have that time to invest in the person, there are times when I don't know. I don't know how long I'm gonna have someone. So I just have to make the best of, what I have. But because I knew ahead of time, even if it's okay, I have this person 12 weeks, I have this person whatever, or they tell me hey Joey, you know what, I'm gonna be month to month, but we're gonna go 6 months to internationals. All right, cool. Let me set up the yearly plan. And over time, they're sending me videos. We're communicating, and it's just we're refining. And communication is absolutely key. If you're not telling me what's going on, if you're not telling me, hey, this is hurting, if you're not telling me then there's no way I can help you. There's I'm not. Some people say that I'm fucking a wizard or something. I'm not. I'm not magic. I can't read your mind. But I do. I do this with a lot of people, and I've been doing this long enough to where I know, if I'm messaging you after a while, it's because I haven't heard from you, and I feel like something is up, and usually something is. So I'm looking at my notes right here. So coaching with and without loyalty, again, that's just, when you have that loyalty, when you have that relationship and that commitment, it amplifies everything over time. It's like an investment. You're obviously you're paying your coach, but you're investing in yourself, and you're investing in that relationship to help you push forward. And then you have the people that they don't really want that relationship. They just want give me training and I'm gonna do it. I think the way that I have it set up now, I do get a good result oftentimes with those kind of people. But I mean, obviously, I would prefer to build and invest in one person rather than just. That's why I tell people, email me all the time, hey, how much for X training block? I want to do 10 weeks of training, how much? It's well, I don't really do just 10 weeks. This is what I do. or it's a process, you know, and the training without the coaching is not nearly as effective. Um, uh, let's see, a couple more points here. Oh yeah, so the community, the power of a community, just having that community is so damn important. I've been a part of, you know, I had a coach once. I'm actually still in that group to this day, and they, you know, people, like, I didn't really care about anyone in the group. I just felt like there was no synergy. There was no, I don't know. Maybe it was just me. But the group that I have now, like, you guys, like seeing the group that I have right now, just the lifters that I have right now, like them becoming friends through, you know, through my training, through flex training systems, and like we're all together. We're all like maybe you're not doing nationals, but you're doing like a local meet, and you have like 5 flex boys doing it with you. It's a nice feeling. Maybe you don't have anyone doing your meet, but you have other people on the same team, you know, under the same coach competing on the same day. It's like you're not alone. You know what I mean? We're all doing this. We're all trying to get better. We're all trying to improve. I'm trying to do it. I'm only doing it twice a year now. You know, I'm going to try to compete twice a year, but I'm still doing it. And, you know, it's a year-round thing, and it doesn't take away from my happiness. It's a fun thing to do, and I would hope that, you know, it enhances my life, and I would hope that everybody listening to this right now, if you're serious about powerlifting, it's enhancing your life too. But I'm telling you, having that community, you're not going to fall off. You're going to stay on point. You're going to do your training. You're going to freaking take care of yourself. You're going to go to sleep on time. You take care of your meals. You're going to do all those things because you're not alone. There, you know, we're social media, like, people like to talk bad about social media, but social media is like literally one of the best things ever. You can find like a place where you can literally sit down and click and find like-minded people that are into the same stuff that you're in, and then you can become friends with them. You guys can bounce ideas off each other. When you're going through those tough times, you have someone to talk to. You could say, oh, look, like, I had a tough day today, but I had 3, 4, 5 other of my teammates going through the same tough thing, but we know that taper's coming up, and once that taper hits, now, like, meet day is gonna be crazy. The memories and experience I have from, like, Raw Nationals and the Arnold, and just going through shit with this through this powerlifting journey, I'm never gonna forget it for the rest of my life. And it's the cool thing about powerlifting is, like, anybody can do it. That's the special thing about it. It's like, you don't, like, in CrossFit, if you don't have a motor, and if you're not mobile and you're not, like, durable, you're done. Like, you're tearing a pec on the ring dips, and you're out, man. And that's a horrible fucking injury. But powerlifting, literally anyone can do it. And if you're smart about everything, you can be very, very durable. You know, assuming you don't have any pre-existing injuries, or you didn't start the sport broken, or, you know, obviously you can't change your genetics. There's going to be people that have a hard time, you know, in staying healthy, you know, even if they do everything right. And then there's people that can literally have the ugliest form ever, and they just never get hurt. That's fucking life. Like, you're always going to find those people. So if I could unlock my phone here, we'll get to this last point. But yeah, guys, I think that's it. I just wanted to touch on that and say that, you know, for those of you that choose to put your faith in me for guidance, like, directly, like, if I'm coaching you, I appreciate your loyalty more than I will ever be able to explain. For those of you that can't afford it, or maybe you're on the fence, or on the waiting list, or whatever, but you watch my videos, you like my stuff, you're following me. I just hit fucking 20,000 followers on Instagram. That's pretty damn sick. I mean, that's, you know, I have friends that have way more than that, but it's like, I feel like the people that we have now, we're kind of weeding out, you know, the people that want to be there and the people that don't. The people that follow me for one reason or another, we're kind of building this community, and I love it. Because, like I said, we're finding those like-minded people, we're getting everybody together, and we're on this fucking journey together. Even if you don't lift, and you just like watching what I'm doing. You know, maybe you do something else, and you see me coming in and day out, just grinding at it. Literally, you can scroll back years, and I'm still lifting. I'm still trying to get better. You know, thank you guys for the likes, the follows, the comments, the views, anything at all. Like, if you're just a part of this, I appreciate you, and I'm going to be loyal to my people, just as you guys have been loyal to me, and just how you guys have, remember when I was going through a tough time, you guys picked me up, and all I can do back is really just try to invest in this social media thing, give you guys some keys, give you guys something to take away from the words that are coming out of my mouth, and hopefully you can apply it to your life. Go out there, be loyal to those people that you care about, communicate. If you have a problem, talk to them, work it out. Let's move. We're barely in June right now. We're not even halfway through the year. This year is about to pick up. This year is about to turn up. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for listening to me go off. I'm getting a little too charged up right now. I'm gonna have another video coming out the day after this one. That is a promise. And one woman says you can't break promises. Promises cannot be broken. So I am not gonna break that promise. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Go ahead and drop a like if you're able to take something away from this, and I will talk to you in the next one.